Today's episode of the Chasing Daylight podcast is sponsored by Chasing Aces Golf. Golf comes with pressures and expectations, and that includes what you wear. Chasing Aces hats, performance polos, and t-shirts keep you looking sharp from the clubhouse to the tee box. Visit ChasingAcesGolf.com. You can find them on Instagram as well at Chasing Aces Golf. Even the best are chasing aces. We are back. No Bandit talk. Regularly scheduled. Oh, that was Tiger falling. This is the Chasing Daylight podcast.
Missed it.
Yeah, it's so close. It's so very, very close. It's going to happen one of these days. It's going to be like, yes, Tiger decided to jump off the shelf there. I got two different Tiger Wood pops, one in his black get-up with red shirt and one in the blue and white pants.
Yeah, I have both of those.
The Sunday Tiger does not like to stand up.
You took him out of the box?
He's got a bad leg.
Thank you, right? Yeah, I'm not one of those guys that keeps shit in them, although I do have one over there that hasn't been opened yet, but it's not a golf one, so my daughter's like, why haven't you opened that?
Yeah, they need to do a Lee Trevino one.
That
would be cool.
Please. That would be so good. I don't know why they haven't yet. Anyways, welcome into the show, everybody. We've had a crazy month and a half of episodes, and we're back to a regularly scheduled, Wednesday typical episode, I guess you could say. So, how much? Let's get right into LIV Golf. I know you don't want to. How much of it did you guys watch this weekend? I know, Joe, you said you thought it was a better telecast.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched a good amount of Saturdays. I watched Thursdays, which Thursday felt pretty boring to me. I watched most of Saturdays, which was definitely more interesting, probably because there were names in the hunt that we know. Brendan Grace, Dustin Johnson was there. Patrick Reed was coming alive, and Carlos Ortiz. So Saturday was actually pretty good for LIV, I think. Did you guys listen to the Fried Egg podcast about the LIV? He was on, one of the dudes was from Fried Egg was on site at the Portland at Pumpkin Ridge.
Oh no, I need to listen to that because I'm dying to hear what somebody that was there had to say.
Yeah, it was pretty good. He definitely says that he does not want to like it. He's like pretty much against it, but he didn't want to be there because he noticed how good it actually was. So, it kind of made him feel uneasy because he didn't want it to be good, but he said it was well run. And they did make a change to the lineup and the scramble or the shotgun start situation. They did a 1A, 1B. So that way your winner is most likely coming out of the top four players. So, they obviously want the winner to finish on 18. So they're extending that into four. What are they? They do threes, right? So 6 players. But yeah, he said it was great. And PGA Tour should be worried because he also mentioned that there's a clear, beginning, middle, and end. The beginning is, all the players are there at the range at the beginning, and you get to see them all warm up, and then there's golf, and then after golf there's activities and a concert. So it's not like they did mention, if there's a PGA Tour event in your town or you're going to go to, it's like, what time are you going to show up? It's like, oh, well, I got to be there at 8 because I want to see Tony Finau tee off. Oh, well, I'm going to go at 2 p.m. because that's when Rory tees off and he's in contention. It's not like an all-day thing, so everyone is there at the same time. He said it was actually kind of nice, and it worries him a bit. So I think after this last one, I think that it definitely has some fuel, and it's coming. And once we have these players that we don't know the names or unfamiliar with some of these players, and they did mention this also, but you can see them kind of grooming the situation. Like there's a full Japanese team. So
oh yeah,
they mentioned this on the Fried Egg podcast. Like they're hoping to get to Hideki. Obviously it's like they want Hideki to be the captain of that Japanese team, and you can kind of see it. There's an Australian team, Cam Smith, Mark
South
Leishman
African team.
Yeah, so they're grooming it, and I think after this past week, it is definitely very viable, and I think it's going to be here to stay, and I think I think the PGA Tour screwed up with saying like just making them outcast and banning them, because I honestly don't think it's going anywhere after this past weekend.
Yeah, I don't have any issues with the PGA Tour saying, look, you play our tour or you don't. I'm fine with that. That doesn't bother me. I don't know. It's hard for me to get.
Well, did you see Ian Poulter and other players went into a lawsuit with the RNA, and they actually won?
Well, they didn't win. They just got to stay. It wasn't like a victory. They're holding.
But they're allowed to play.
Yeah, because they're holding off on the ruling. But that's what some people are saying too. Is here these guys all they do is complain about playing so much and being able to make their own schedule, but yet they're going to court to play more.
Yeah.
Which is
I see that.
Kind of ridiculous. The only reason Ian Poulter's doing it is because he knows the course and he played it well.
Well, they want to get their world rankings because there's no world rankings. I mean, they want to play the majors. Obviously, that's what everyone wants to play for, and currently they don't get world rankings. So,
did you listen to Local Knowledge when they talked about the problem going on with golf now with the majors, that there's too much onus on the majors and it's making the other events?
Yeah, I did listen to that.
That was a good one. And he brought up a lot of really good points that, it's like Koepka.
What really justifies it being a major? Like, it's just a common understanding, which is so funny.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. Billy Horschel came out and had some harsh words for the guys today, which it was nice to see somebody on the PGA Tour side, because there's two sides right now. It's your LIV or your PGA Tour. As far as the players go, fans, like I said, I'm going to watch it because I love golf. And if golf's on TV, I'm going to watch it. I watched the Epson Tour reruns of Copper Rock the other day. So it's not like I'm stringent on my golf. I'm going to watch whatever's on. But it was nice to hear somebody on the PGA Tour come out with a little criticism towards the guys, and he was really harsh to the players that were saying Jay Monahan and the PGA Tour doesn't listen to him, which he says is absolutely ridiculous. If they listened and did everything that every player asked, it would be utter chaos. He says, so, saying that you don't have a voice, they don't listen, is just not the case. They do, just maybe they, don't think what you have to say is relevant to the tour as a whole.
They can't put everything into effect that a player wants.
Yeah.
Just like a company can't, pay everyone $25 an hour.
And I know that with the VGN running it, I have people sending me stuff all the time, and it's just like, appreciate that, never going to happen. And I can't just, and we've got 90 people or 74 tournament players, and they've got over 200 professionals. So you got to take it all with a grain of salt. And it was nice to hear Billy come out, and he's kind of chaotic and head case in his own right.
Slow.
But hearing him voice, saying, hey, these guys are lying when they're saying that they didn't have a voice. It's just not true. And he was pretty fired up about it. So,
yeah.
But I watched Friday, Thursday and Friday. I watched a little bit Thursday. I watched a little bit Friday. Didn't watch anything on Saturday. We were out at the VGN event we held, and then I had stuff going on that afternoon, so I didn't get to see the end of it. But I heard some good golf down the stretch.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, the funny case to me that I know I've pointed out to everyone I've talked to about it is the players that have been getting hurt or going over, which good for them. I mean, and cash your check. Like Brooks Koepka's been hurt, Bryson's hurt with his wrist.
Matt Wolff.
Matt Wolff. A lot of withdrawals, like Louis Oosthuizen's in. I mean, and I did watch the press conference with Brooks, Reed, and Pat Perez, and I do get that side where it's like, Patrick Reed You know, he wants to spend more time with the kids. I get that totally. I mean, he's only has to commit to eight tournaments a year, but
Oh no, that's going up. It'll be.
It will. Yeah, it totally will. And next year it'll probably be 12. And the year after that, it'll probably be 16 or something like that. That's going to happen. And who knows what's in their contracts and what obligations they're entitled to. And Pat Perez, I know Bob's a big fan of him, saying, you know, he's been on the road since 1998. I mean, I get it. I totally get it. But just you don't have to bash the tour, you know.
And that's what's making it negative for me.
Exactly. Like, I get it, dude. Take your paycheck, get off the road if that's what you want to do and that's what's best for your family, but you don't have to bash the tour that has provided you a lifestyle up until this point,
right?
And has had so much history with it. And it's just, you know, don't make false claims.
And they don't have to play 30 events. It's their choice. The PGA
Right.
Tour, as a minimum, you have to play at least 15 events.
Like Pat Perez saying that he missed his son's birth. Like,
oh, Billy went off on that.
Oh yeah, he did. I mean, I get it, right? Like you're at the FedEx Cup playoffs. I mean, but that was a decision.
Yeah,
you're not
made
not
that decision.
forced.
Has nothing to do with the tour.
Has nothing to
Right.
do with the tour at all.
You're not forced to play that. You can leave. Like, yeah, you're going to miss out on the rest of the playoffs, but nobody was forcing you. You weren't handcuffed to stay there and play golf. You could have left if it meant that much
that's
to you.
that's what they're making it sound like, that they're prisoners of the PGA Tour.
Right.
And I just don't see that.
Yeah.
I just don't see that. But so in other news, there was a PGA Tour event, which, I mean,
Yeah, pretty lackluster this week for him.
Kind of, you got to give credit a little bit to Norman and those guys, because they scheduled this on an event where there wasn't going to be a lot of big names. You know, it's kind of a slow week. It's almost like an opposite field event. You know, there wasn't a lot of guys there that were noteworthy.
People are traveling.
They're going over. A lot of guys were heading over to play in the little Pro-Am thing. Not little. I think it was massive. And so it kind of gave them a little bit more light. You know, you put this up against the Players, Arnold Palmer, any of the Memorial, LIV is not going to get as much attention.
Yeah, and that's what was funny is the last LIV event was up against the RBC, and it was like a duel against Rory and JT, which obviously LIV didn't win that battle
at all,
because that was like a marquee matchup. And then this week they obviously won because it was a lackluster field at John Deere. But you know what I'm really upset about is we should have saw JT Poston coming. We really should have saw that coming.
How so?
That's what I'm upset about.
That's what you're upset
He
about?
played great the week before. Yeah. We should have saw that coming.
Yeah, I didn't see it coming.
I did, but I didn't.
Did you put any money on him?
I did not. I wish I had. I was like watching it. I was like, man, I should have saw this coming, man.
Yeah, so JT Poston at 21 under, he won the John Deere Classic. Congrats to him. Did he get into the Open with that? He did, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, he did.
Him
Top
and a
three.
couple other guys
what was
did,
it?
right?
Grillo.
Yep.
Was it Grillo and who? I can't remember.
I can't remember the other
They were
one.
talking about that though.
So good for him. That was, nice to see. Love seeing guys win. I mean, it's tough because I feel bad almost because he goes out and has a great tournament, and even us, we started talking about LIV before that. I just don't like I don't like the wedge that it's thrown between players.
Yeah, and it's what Taylor Gooch said was fucking abomination.
Oh my God, Ryder Cup field, please.
The thing that bugs me the most, and I only watched it on Thursday, and I have a hard time watching it.
The announcers
it's
are
so fake. It's the way that the players
So
talk.
rehearsed.
It's like, what the hell? It's not even real. Like,
exciting.
they're excited to play and all that. That's awesome, but it's so fake. It's like they beat it into your face
over and over and over again.
That's something Friday Pod talked about, and it's like Dude, chill out. Like these players are not getting goosebumps when the horn sounds.
No,
in hell.
You know,
not at all.
and they also mentioned like, I'm
The
sorry, they were not trying.
crowd.
They were not trying to pillage the merch tent. Like, let's chill out a bit.
Yeah. Oh, we've ran out of gear. We have to wait for more truckloads. There's 24 semi trucks en route. We're just very far away from anywhere.
Yeah, they're definitely overdoing it. Like it's a little too much. Like calm down on that a bit, and also get an American accent, please.
Can we get rid of those guys? Jesus. Hey, if they're in Europe, or I mean, have a Saudi guy or whatever when they're in over.
Yeah,
in
when
the
they're in
Middle East.
China, have a China guy. You know.
I just can't. I can't stand the announcers.
I did the Euro announcers are just not entertaining at all, not one bit.
And I mean,
I've beat that down so much, but they're just not interesting.
It's new. It's going to take a little time. I'm not a huge Nick Faldo fan, and he's leaving.
Do you think he's going to go?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. I think he's done.
I don't think so. Yeah, I think he's done.
I think he's done. But I mean, those guys are seasoned, and we criticize them for some of the stupid shit they say. But I mean, they're good at what they do.
Yeah, they know what they're talking about.
They know what they're talking about, and it's almost like these guys aren't very golf educated.
And it's weird because they're all golf announcers. They've been on Asian tour. They've been in the U.S. It's just so fake sounding.
Yeah,
it's not. The seeing the course is awesome. Of course, the play is good, but just can't. I think
they're just. I think they're told to like hype it up, you know. And
oh, absolutely, they are.
Yeah, so it just comes across as like you're trying too hard.
When is the next event? Do you know?
The last week of July.
And what's that going up against?
I'm not sure. It's in Boston, though, right? Is that the next one? Boston?
In Bedminster. Is it the Trump course?
Oh, yeah. I think that's right.
So after the Open, we've got the 3M and then the Rocket Mortgage and then the Wyndham before the playoffs start. So it's probably up against Rocket Mortgage?
July 29 and 30 through 31st. So the last one... It might be Rocket Mortgage.
I don't have the dates. Dang it.
Let me check. So
check the schedule.
29 through 31st. We'll see.
Because that would be another wise one to go up against because that's not
Rocket.
a huge... It is against the Rocket, yeah.
Well, which is what they were trying to do in the beginning. That way the PGA Tour would be like, hey, you know, you're not going up against our marquee event. So I think that was the plan originally. You know, that way they would...
Makes sense.
You know the good thing about
allow the players.
The good thing what LIV is doing is now we're going to see Rory and JT and all these off events they don't really go to usually. Hopefully,
that would be funny. Hey,
stronger fields.
Jay's got him on speed dial. Hey, we need you.
Yeah,
we need you in the field this week.
I totally wouldn't be surprised. Like especially after this weekend, like they're probably saying like, dude, can you please play the John Deere? Can you play this one?
Waive your entry
we
fee.
need someone. Yeah,
you need a.
We'll give you $100 million bonus.
You want a Mercedes?
You want a low interest rate mortgage?
Rocket Mortgage is giving you 20 houses to Airbnb all across the world. Oh goodness.
Yeah, Rocket Mortgage is July 28th through 31st. So
that'll be interesting. I'm curious because everybody was talking about how the YouTube current, you know, there was 108,000 people watching at one time, which, I mean, as far as ratings go, is nothing. That's absolutely nothing.
Right.
So the hype and everything that we're seeing, and I really need to do this. I need to call a couple of my friends up that play golf, but they're not like nuts about it like we are, and see if they know anything about LIV. Because it's a small blip on ESPN. They don't really, you know, it's not like headline news unless you watch the Golf Channel, which the Golf Channel's not talking much about it either. But none of
We
these
were at
guys
the
that I know
bar.
have ever texted me and like, hey, are you watching the LIV event, or what's this LIV event? Or
We were at the bar Saturday night for a friend of mine's going away party. And they only had ESPN on the TVs. And I was very surprised to see the NASCAR leaderboard up there and see LIV on ESPN Sports Center. So it was definitely up there.
oh yeah, I know. It was, like I said, they get a mention. They're not talking about it like Golf Channel's not talking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sports, so they don't care unless it's going to hurt the Disney bottom line. They're going to talk about it no matter what.
Yeah, it's and the best thing about it is it's providing everyone something to talk about, and it's so interesting to watch this unfold. Like I don't have a really strong opinion either way, but it's so fascinating.
It is, and it's got people talking about golf, which is I like that.
I would encourage you guys and everyone else to go listen to that Friday pod, because those guys are great over there. And,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And also listen to the Yolks with Dokes recently. They did 2 episodes last week, and
Joe's all
great,
in on
great.
Tom Doak now.
totally.
He's all in on Tom Doak.
Yeah, the episode last week was, I know I texted you guys, but they're planning on building like 30 to 40 golf courses in Saudi Arabia. So that has me feeling like LIV Golf is not going to be global. It's going to be Saudi. I mean, they're probably trying to build courses for these guys to play in Saudi Arabia and create a Saudi Arabia league. And that was also something they mentioned was
I just think
Phil
that would kill it.
Mickelson.
That would destroy it if they did that.
I think yeah,
Because
potentially
you're not going to get any TV. You're not going to get any TV coverage.
No, they'll show it on.
yeah, but
Al
they don't have
Jazeera.
TV coverage
Yeah.
right now.
Well, I know, but I'm saying, but they're also doing it at 2:00 in the afternoon on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, which is very easy for anybody to flip YouTube on their phone and watch. But if it's on at 1 a.m. here in the States,
Yeah, but they could make it a pre-produced product and then throw it up, and it's 2.5 hours long, and make it super
it's
like
pre-produced already.
yeah. But they can make it like really like interesting and super impactful, and in 2.5 hours where you could digest it really quick. I mean, and something else they mentioned was like Mickelson probably signed on so he can design like 10 of those golf courses, and Greg Norman can design 10 to 15 of those golf courses. Doak did mention that he is not going over there to design a golf course, most likely, because that's not somewhere he wants to be, away from his family, and he doesn't want to send any of his team out there. But it's they're going to create. That's what I think is coming, is that they're going to create a system of golf courses where they create this league and they travel around, and it's resorts, and people travel out there to stay and observe the tournaments. And I think there is such a larger picture in the future that they're trying to create, and who knows where this thing is going. I mean, we're on the second event. We've just had the second event, and this second one was better than the first, and I don't think it's going anywhere. I really don't.
We're Nish and Chris, 2 very amateur golfers on a quest to play the top 100 courses in the UK and Ireland, after Chris set this challenge on a drunken Saturday night in my kitchen. Join us on our frequently humorous journey of a lifetime as we grapple with the logistical and financial challenge of playing some of the best courses in the world, as well as grappling with our games, because let's face it, it's never just about playing. Sometimes the score matters too. Listen to the Top 110 Golf Podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah, I mean, it was in the States. That helped. It was at a course that hasn't seen a lot of TV, that is, within the golfing world, it's a very known facility. There was a better player draw because they added some, big names. So it had to be better. It couldn't have gone backwards. If it went backwards, it would have been the end of it. So, they did everything that they could to make it better, which kudos to them for that. You know, that's what they're trying to do. Now this next one, we'll see if it continues.
Yeah.
Who do you have any other big? Apparently, the Anthony Kim thing just tanked.
I mean, he could be showing up eventually. We'll see.
Do you have any predictions for the next few names?
Well, we saw Paul Casey signed up.
Well, that's not
Another
a prediction. That's something we saw.
Yeah, another player that withdraws often. I would just keep your eye on players that are hurt often and withdraw occasionally.
They're all there already.
Yeah, true.
Tiger? No.
Steve Stricker, he withdrawed recently.
Yeah, he's raking in that Champions cash though.
Yeah,
which apparently was not enough to cover Phil's debts.
Yeah,
okay.
So I don't know. We'll see.
All right, so on the other tours that happened, you know what? Before we get into that, let's talk about the VGN event. So congrats to our two winners, Glenn, who just lit it up. You didn't play with him? No, you played with me. So Joe, and you were in front of us. So
yeah,
I'm curious. Have you guys ever played with Glenn?
Mm-hmm. He's a very steady player.
A few times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he hit it far?
Very
He
smooth.
does. He hits it a long way.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was 7,100 and he shot 4 under.
Yeah.
So it was awesome to see. And then Mike Tice got the win, using that handicap to his advantage. Actually, he's been playing a lot better, so it was nice to see him get a win. So congrats to those two guys. What do you think of Bears Best?
I wasn't a fan.
The fairways were very wet.
There was some sogginess.
Very wet.
I wasn't in a lot of them, so.
The greens were weird. I feel like some were faster, some were really slow.
They were very receptive.
Very receptive, yeah.
I mean, I was leaving healthy pitch marks from wedges, you know, and holding greens with my 6-iron. So it was.
It's not a difficult golf course, even from the backs. I really don't think it is.
No, it's pretty
Honestly,
much.
I'd be fine never going back there again.
Wow.
Hot take.
Oh, this just in, ladies and gentlemen. Joe hates Bears Best.
Joe, would you rather play Bally High or Bears Best?
Ooh.
Bally High.
Oh.
Wow. That's saying a lot.
Would you rather play Arroyo or Bears Best?
Arroyo.
Same price. Let's say it's $75.
Arroyo.
So what didn't you like about Bears?
Would you rather play the North Las Vegas Par 3 or Bears Best?
At the same price, Bears Best, but at the current rates, I'd rather play North Las Vegas Par 3.
So, yeah, what didn't you like?
It just, like, I don't know if it was just our group. Like, we just can't get a vibe on that course at all. I mean, squishy, just weird. The greens felt like really weird to me. I don't know if I just couldn't read them that day or what, but I mean, they looked decent, but they just weren't doing what I thought they were. And it just,
Do you think
I don't know.
all the rounds we played at Bandon had anything to do with your putting or no?
Definitely the first couple holes for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Cause that was my first round after Bandon.
Yeah, mine too.
But the first couple holes definitely, I was a little tentative because I was in that abandoned mind frame, but number one, the place just doesn't flow at all. It just feels discombobulated to me.
It's very scatterbrained because of going from the different types of courses that they're being replicated.
Yeah, definitely. It just, I don't know. I just was not feeling Bears Best, and I know Bob was not feeling Bears Best at all. We had a running joke, like just saying, fuck this place. It sucks. The second hole, I was in a bunker and it was like literally hit my shot and it felt like I hit concrete, and then the next, because I felt like I hit concrete. So I flew it over the green into another bunker. And then the other bunker was like perfect. It was just, it was not pleasant. It just, like, it doesn't really feel like a golf course. you go to these bunkers, right? The first two, 3 holes have white bunkers, and then the fourth has black bunkers. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I don't know. And the price out there, I just don't think it's worth it.
That's one of the things that I liked about Royal Links. Even though it was replica holes, they were all Lynx style holes. So it flowed together really nicely, where you get this is a.
But there's really only one hole doesn't have the desert feel.
The pine tree hole?
Yeah. That's the only one.
Yeah.
The rest of them feel like
that's
they
the best
belong
hole out
together.
there, I think.
I agree.
Well, that hole in 18. 18 is pretty good.
18, yeah. 17's a little. 16 is okay. The par 3, 15th is okay. Yeah, for the most part, it kind of. I mean, unless you know the courses that those holes are on and that they're replicating, I can see that getting in your head a little bit. I try not to think about it. I just try to play the holes, and because that's one of the things that drives me nuts about it too, is how schizophrenic it is.
Yeah.
You get this Parkland style hole, and then you get a desert style hole, and then you get a hole that's, like you said, got black sand bunkers, and then you got a split fairway over a canyon, and it's just it is weird on the vibe. But hey, I do want to say that the crew out there was great. They got us set up and out on time, had no issues with anything other than a couple of people not showing up. You know who you are. It went off without a hitch. So thanks to everybody that came out for that one. And this is our summer break, I guess you could say. We have our next event is not until August 20th. So plenty of time to get your game dialed in for that one. We're winding down the season. Got 3 points events left. One of them is a major. And then we'll have the Tour Championship in October out at Revere. And there's still time for you to join. I discounted the membership to $60 for the rest of the year. So you can get out, be difficult. I mean, you could win a couple events and probably get in the playoffs. But I know Cyrus, he's going to be here in a couple weeks, and he'll be joining us for the next 3 events for sure. So that's another A baller in the Champions Division you guys are going to have to look out for.
Cool.
Yeah, totally.
All right, so last week's winners out on the professional circuit. JT Poston, like we said, at 21 under, won the John Deere. Zhang, how would you say that? Zhang?
Zhang Dao.
The Cheng Dao at 17 under won the Ascendant, presented by Blue. That was at 8,000-yard course in Colorado. Adrian Maronk at 20 under won the Horizon Irish Open. And Brandon. Is it B-R-E-N?
It's Brendan, yeah.
Brendan Grace. 13 under won the Portland LIV Golf Invitational.
And it was electric.
And I was so excited.
Felt like the Ryder Cup.
I can't believe he said that. Well, I've never been, but it certainly had a Ryder Cup feel to it. Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? And I love people on Twitter showing the crowds chanting. Going, yes, because this is exactly what it was like with 4 people deep on the bleachers.
Yeah.
All right, so
Well, they also had like $5 beers out there compared to PGA Championship at $20 beers.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Everybody knows that was just absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're pissed that they didn't think, oh shit, someone's gonna post this and we're gonna get raked over the coals.
Yeah.
I don't foresee $18 ultras in the future at those events.
Yeah.
Okay, so our locks for last week. I had Patrick Rogers, who finished 30th. Got 21 points for that. Joe was the big winner this week. He had Cam Davis, who finished 8th. You got 82 points for that, plus some bonus for top 10. Jeremy had Chucky 3 Sticks. He finished 13th. He had 57 points for that, and then some bonus for top 20. So this is now through 38 events. Joe is at 34.49. I'm at 27.73. Jeremy's at 25.29. So I'm 676 behind Joe. I had a chance to do something good this week and blew it. Patrick Rogers. Actually, I picked Stricker, and then he withdrew. So behind the scenes, I picked Patrick Rogers. Trying to get some bonus points with those odds. The FedEx Cup, as of this morning, Scotty Scheffler is in first, still has a pretty huge lead over Sam Burns. Rory McIlroy, Justin Thomas, and Hideki is back in the top 5. OWGR, Scotty Scheffler is 1. McIlroy has moved up to 2nd. John Rahm is 3rd. Morikawa is 4th. And JT is 5th. All right, Jeremy, you ready to go over what's going on tour?
I am. So DP World and PGA, a lot of players are over at Scotland at the Renaissance Club for the GENISIS Scottish Open, including Tiger. He was there for the Pro-Am, which I didn't get to see any of.
You didn't watch it? Yeah.
I didn't see it. But
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah. Jordan Spieth, of course, got DQ'd from a Pro-Am for picking up his ball because got kicked out of the individual
brain fart
portion.
Total brain fart.
And then for the PGA Tour, we have the Barbasol Championship at Keene Trace Golf Club in Kentucky. Hopefully we have more than 9 of the top 100 players in the world at that event, unlike John Deere.
It's slim pickings.
Yeah.
I was looking over it.
Yeah. LPGA's idle, and Korn Ferry's also idle until next week. And then we have the PGA Tour champions at the Bridgestone Senior Players Championship at Firestone South in Akron, Ohio.
Nice.
Love that course.
Yes,
yeah, it's been so long since we've seen it.
Right. So for our picks this week, when we come back from the break and ramble on about whatever else we're going to talk about, we're going to pick both the Genesis and the Barbasol, because the Genesis, well, it used to be the Aberdeen. Mm-hmm. It is now a PGA Tour event. This is a joint event with the DP World Tour and the PGA Tour. So there is 500 FedEx Cup points up for grabs and 300 points up for grabs at the Barbasol. Wait, I read that Seamus is in the Barbasol.
No, I think he's over there.
He won last year.
He won last year, but the article said Seamus Powers is back to defend his title, and I'm like, wait a minute, he was just in Ireland,
Mm-hmm.
and he was at the McManus thing.
Yep.
So there's no way he's coming back for 2 days to play in an off-field event to go. I gotta look.
I don't know. We'll see, and then head back to.
It's crazy. Which I was looking on the map. I'm not keen on my European geography. Some of it I am. I did spend a little time in Germany when I was younger, so I know a little bit. But where the Renaissance Club is, just a little bit north, is where St. Andrews is. It's really close.
So did you say Renaissance Club is Doak course?
Yes, Tom Doak.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That course looks great.
Yeah, his company, right, Joe, is named Renaissance.
Oh,
yeah.
Renaissance Group is, yeah. So they had him come in. I don't know, when was it? When did he do it? Mr. Doak, do you know?
I want to
Doak?
say like 2008, I want to say, but I don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I can't wait to. I didn't realize it was a Doak course until I was reading a little earlier today. I didn't put the Renaissance name, didn't pair it up.
Yeah, actually, I was spot on. I just looked it up, 2008. Wow.
Look at
I am
you.
very proud of myself.
I actually like the joint PGA Tour DP World Tour events. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it does kind of lower the pizzazz of the normal tour event,
Well, I
but
think it's trying to get people used to that part of the world playing golf, because they're going to be there for 2 weeks. And
It's in the top 100 too.
so what if a DP World Tour player wins and gets 500 FedEx points, but he's not a member of the PGA Tour?
then it'll be like Zalatoris.
Maybe they'll eventually combine this, because FedEx is a global company.
It is.
Maybe.
And they have a strong hold in Saudi Arabia too.
That's true.
The DP FedEx Live Tour. Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, it's called Renaissance Golf Design. That's his firm.
Does he have any others over there, or was that his first in Scotland?
So he's working on one. I forget. He's working on a new one out there somewhere. Castle something. I can't remember.
Very fitting.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's obviously he spent a lot of time out there. So
That's awesome.
anything he gets to do out there, he's stoked on.
So after playing Old Mac, you're going to have a little bit of appreciation for this course.
Did you see his ranking of Old Mac?
I mean,
Oh, I know. I know. Me and Dan had a little talk about it. We both agreed that Joe was kind of just a little high on the Bandon trip and was confused.
hey,
Maybe we need to go play
like
it again
Old-
just to confirm.
I need to play them all again. I mean, it's so hard to rank them when you've only played them one time. And
You
I
played Sheep
played
twice.
Sheep.
You ranked it last.
Exactly. I mean, exactly. It's-
Okay, no more Bandon talk. I promised. No Bandon talk this week.
Did you guys go to Bandon?
What? Who? Who went? Okay, we're gonna take our break and be back if I can find the button and not kill everything. There it is. Okay, we'll be back. Ask any golfer and they'll tell you their hole-in-one story, whether it went in or not. Chasing Aces is a brand that was launched with the idea that everybody is welcome on the course. They believe in building a community through their shared love of the game. Golf comes with pressures and expectations, and that includes what you wear. Chasing Aces hats, performance polos, and t-shirts keep you looking sharp from the clubhouse to the tee box. So, take the pressure off. We're all here to have a good time. Walking the fairways and Chasing Aces means you see every hole as a golden opportunity. Please visit ChasingAcesGolf.com, and you can find them on Instagram as well at Chasing Aces Golf. Even the best are Chasing Aces.
Hey, I'm Bob West, your Vegas golfing real estate agent. Over the course of a 4-hour round, I can help you with some tips to lower your scores. I can also help you with your goals when it comes to buying or selling a home anywhere in Las Vegas or Henderson. Reach out to me on Instagram at TheBobWest or just send me a text at 605-881-5481. Give me a call. Let's play around.
Golfers, swing into Las Vegas Golf Superstore for the hottest new arrivals from Titleist, featuring the new Titleist Vokey SM9 wedges, their most superior handcrafted wedge design ever. The new SM9 grooves are cut to maximize the interaction of ball and face for lower flight and higher spin. Get precise distance and trajectory control like a pro with the SM9s. Swing by Las Vegas Golf Superstore and get custom fit today. Las Vegas Golf Superstore, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
So what you missed during the break was pretty funny. Joe, you want to tell him?
Sure. So we started talking about Nebraska and, we were talking about Doak. We were looking into Renaissance golf design and, I mentioned wanting to play Ballyneal and, also mentioned Sandhills is close by. I had no idea that Sandhills was private or that it was in the top 5 hardest golf courses to play because of privateness in the country. That blew me away because it's in the middle of nowhere, and I don't know who's getting a private membership to a golf club that you have to drive 5 hours from an airport for.
They have a helicopter pad
They
there.
helicopter him in, yeah. What he left out was when I told him that it was uber private, his animation of, no, it's not. You don't know what you're talking about. That was the best part.
There's just like no way. Like, why would they do that? That makes no sense. It's stupid.
Exclusivity is sexy.
Yeah, but
Even in the plains.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
It's not that far
I
from
get
South
it, but
Dakota,
it's just
Bob.
yeah, it's just stupid. I'm really bummed out that Core Crenshaw would design a course like that in the middle of nowhere and not let people play it.
oh, they're letting.
I know they're
people
not the
play it.
developers. Yeah, but they can make a lot more money, and I guarantee their tee sheets are not booked up solid.
Oh hell no.
I feel like courses like that don't care about the money.
Nope.
Not even a
because
concern.
yeah, it's probably not even cost them nothing.
This is where Buffett
After it was built.
and Elon Musk go to play golf and negotiate deals because they know, one, there's no satellites flying over Nebraska because it's fucking Nebraska.
No offense.
Yeah.
Nobody's listening
And they have to
to their
they
conversations.
have to go to the bathroom in an outhouse.
Yeah. No, you just go wherever you want.
But they did say on the right, Jeremy, you looked it up on the website where they do accept letters.
Oh,
of play. I think
don't let the secret out. Let people find that out on their own.
I
Yeah.
think we could get
Because
out
their
there if we
mailbag's
wanted to.
about to get full.
Yeah, with 50 people.
They've been known to honor polite.
No, I'm talking about just from me.
Polite and sincere handwritten letters from avid golfers and students of golf course architecture.
Polite and sincere. I'm going to have to work
Yeah.
on that.
I
What I can
handle
do?
that, no
What I can
problem.
do? I can reach out to one of the LIV announcers and say, "Hey, can you pen this for me?
Yep.
I'm so excited for the opportunity. It'll be like a
No,
writer.
they would
cup for
overdo
me.
it. They would overdo it.
This is the equivalent of the greatest golfers in the world all playing at the same time."
Sir, this is Nebraska. You're trying too hard.
I could craft one. I could craft a letter that would get us out there. I'm pretty positive on that.
Oh, could you? Yeah, you know you. Were,
I'd like to see that.
I was gonna say, can you sky wrap it right now?
Hello, Mr. Sir. You're the course I want to play. You're very cool. Very well done. Appreciate it. Let's get out there.
That was probably your worst.
Next time, I was trying it for it to be that way, but
Oh, okay.
I could do it.
All right. So
I bet you I could.
what we should do, we'll each pen a
I gotta
handwritten,
get a calligraphy pen.
sincere. Get it on some parchment from the
Some papyrus.
1800s. Yeah. some
Egyptian papyrus.
Egyptian ink.
Yeah.
And we'll have somebody hand deliver it. Not the post office. We'll just have somebody walk. They've been walking for 30 miles in the middle of nowhere. Here's Mr. Joe's letter, sir. He really wants
We'll
to
have
play.
a bald eagle deliver it. Which I don't think we ever mentioned. We never mentioned that when we played Bannon. We saw a bald eagle on 17 on Sheep Ranch.
Yeah, 17th in the fairway. It was pretty awesome.
You
Yeah.
saw an eagle in
And
Washington.
in Washington, yeah.
I've never seen a wild one.
Oh, and when we went to Idaho, which,
Let me tell you,
Osprey-
Jeremy, it
Osprey
looks
Meadow.
like an eagle
Yeah, I
it looks
bet.
just like an eagle. Big fucking bird. Good
Yeah.
Lord.
with fireworks behind him.
He's holding an American flag in his talons.
Yeah. Couple gold coins.
Osprey Meadows in Idaho at Cascade Lake is opening up next year. They've already started work on getting it prepped. They got a lot to do before the snow comes in. They got to get the seed down, growing, pack it in, and get it ready for the snow. But yeah, that's where the first time I saw eagles on a golf course. They're just everywhere up there. It's beautiful. Wow, that was a nice little moment of silence. Maybe Buzzsprout will throw a bourbon ad.
Actually,
right
I have seen eagles in Yellowstone.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
and some bison.
Bison, grizzly bears.
Did you see a bear?
Yeah.
Really? We didn't see a bear.
Ran across the road in front of us when we were driving.
Wow.
We're going up there in a couple weeks.
Have you seen that video of the guy getting ready to hit his putt and the bear comes
Yeah.
walking across?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love golf, but fuck no. I am gone.
Yeah. I'd be stressing.
Oh my God.
Have you seen that video of the deer that pops up out of nowhere at Diamond Woods?
Yeah, that was that Joe Keys video on YouTube, right?
Yeah. Shout out Joe Keys on YouTube. No, for those that don't know, I have had trouble getting into the Hidden Greens YouTube video library because of two-factor authentication. But there's a video on YouTube with me and Matt playing Diamond Woods, our first trip to our first round at it in Oregon. So go watch that.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't
I'll watch
watched it?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
watch it tonight.
It's good. You got to put on the surround sound because Joe's little camera picks up some amazing audio. Totally sound
it's a
like
little-
tour players.
It's a little, yeah. Oh, dude, yeah. The way it sounds in the trees is pretty good. Honestly,
I mean, some of those. I mean, a couple of shots I hit pretty good. They were decent shots, but it
There's
sounded
no
like
special
I
effects in the video
smashed
at all.
it 350
Always.
yards. It's so good.
yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm gonna try and do trails this week and then sheep later next week.
Nice. Yeah, I linked it on or I tagged it in my stories on Breakfast Ball. So that's something you can check out too.
Yeah.
Anything else in the news you guys want to talk about, or you want to get right into the locks and get the hell out of here?
I can't think of anything else.
Oh, you know what we can talk about, and this is very relative. This little sound bite right here.
As erratic as you are mentally.
I'm doing another erratic mental thing with my golf game right now. I have decided to give left hand low
A go.
LHL. LHLGO. Left hand low is a go. And I'm totally blaming Dan for this. Because watching his putter stroke over the
he goes
Saturday,
left-hand low, right?
He's left-hand low, and it's a very smooth, fluid stroke. And a lot of the professionals, they hone their skills. All of them, except for Zalatoris on 4-footers, have a really smooth, fluid putting stroke. So it's not like a big shocker that a left-hand low from an amateur is smooth and beautiful, but Dan's putting stroke is really, really good. He's a great putter. And I just haven't been feeling it. I mean, I benched the Scotty and put the Ricky in play and didn't putt well, and I don't know if it was the course or me or coming off the abandoned rounds, just wasn't feeling it. Nothing. I mean, how many edges did I burn? It was ridiculous. They just weren't dropping. And so I like, hey, let me give it a try. And then I don't know what made me grab the long neck. I think it's because that putter I want to game so bad because it feels so fucking good off the face. It's carbon. It's so soft. It just rolls the ball so good, but I've never been able to consistently game that and putt well. And don't know why I grabbed it and started some left-hand low and kind of liking it. I don't know if it's the new buzz. I know, Joe, you said you can't do left-hand low.
Can't do it.
I've always said that people that switch from a traditional to left-hand low are searching, and they eventually end up going back. And yeah, I'm searching. I'm not gonna lie. I am searching because 33 putts around is not cutting it, and especially in our tournaments, not cutting it to win any skins. I can blame iron play for not playing well in my knee, but putting, there's no pain in my knee when I putt, so it's all me. So I'm gonna give that a try. The Olsen's back in the bag for the time being, and we're gonna give it a go Saturday out at Coyote and see what happens. Joe, did you get your PXG putter yet?
No,
look at the shock and awe on Jeremy's face. Oh my God.
You ordered a PXG putter?
No. No.
It's a Patrick Reed signed.
No, I did not order a putter. I spoke to Eric when he was out here when we went to the Aviators game, and I was just mentioning like a mallet putter, and he said he had one that a mallet putter that he's not going to use. So I said, hey, if you want to send it out, send it out. So
what is it?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Probably I don't know what it's called. The one that looks like the spider.
Yeah. Well, he was like, because I kind of wanted to bring it up to Bannon, but he said, you got to let me know before like 9 a.m. Friday, this was like a month ago, because he said he was busy. So I set my alarm for 7 p.m. that day instead of 7 a.m. to remind him. So, yeah, whatever. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Whatever.
Eric, just bring it with you next time you come.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
And Jeremy, you put a new putter. Well, not new putter.
No,
you put a different putter in the bag for Saturday.
I've had the same. I've had it in there for like a month, but
we haven't played much.
Yeah, just Scotty.
Just
a different variety of
Scotty.
Yep.
And we're gonna do some work on your T100s.
Mm-hmm.
Pulling your shafts that you had in the blades. Gonna put those in the T's and.
Yeah.
Oh, you are gonna pull them?
Yeah, I think I'm going to. It's gonna be a match made in heaven.
He is racking up so much custom shop debt.
I know. I don't even want to. I don't want to get that invoice.
All right, Joe. So let's start with the Barbasol.
The Barbasol. Okay.
Let's go over the odds for the Barbasol.
I mean, not much to go over here.
Hey, you know it's bad when the field is the first.
Right?
Yeah. The field is 8.5 to 1.
This is where
Taylor,
somebody can really come up this week.
Totally. I mean, this is where you can find those mismatches and try and make some dough. Taylor Pendrith, 16 to 1, which I don't even know who that is. Chris Gotterup, 18 to 1. He had a good showing out of John Deere. Sam Ryder, 25 to 1. Mark Hubbard, 25 to 1, along with Adam Svensson and Grayson Sigg, as well as Chesson Headley. Kevin Strillman, 28 to 1. Hayden Buckley, Patton Kazire, 30 to 1. Ryan Moore, 40 to 1.
Yeah, Rimo.
Dan's brother, Lee Hodges, 50 to 1. Kramer Hickok,
Star-studded field.
60 to 1. Chase Seifert, 75 to 1. Jim Herman, 80 to 1. Doc Redman, 85 to 1. Harry Higgs, 100 to 1.
He's 100 to 1 in this field?
Yeah, Bill Haas, 100 to 1. Dylan Wu, 150 to 1. Brandon Hagee, 175 to 1. Actually, that's not terrible. Yeah. Oliver Wilson,
All right,
Richard Stern,
We get it.
Garrett Porteous, David Skins, and Tommy Gainey, 250 to 1.
2 gloves. He played
Pretty
well at, what was it? Was it the John Deere? Yeah, he was, I think this first or second round, he was at 600 at one point.
Yeah, not a great field at all.
No. And Liv's going to be like, see?
Could be some good stories, though, coming out of it.
Totally.
Though. These are where those stars are born.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Joe,
yeah.
you won the week. Jeremy came in second. I came in third, so you get to pick first for the Barbasol.
I'm going one button man himself, Harry Higgs, at 100 to 1.
Harry. Oh, I got to get to it. Did I?
Harry, one button Higgs.
There it is. Harry Higgs. What was his odds? 100 to 1?
Yeah.
That is Joe. All right, Jeremy, who are you taking?
I'm going Lee Hodges, 50 to 1. I've been watching a lot of his putting videos lately with his coach.
Yeah?
Maybe
50 to 1?
Yep.
Dan's brother.
Yep, 50 to 1.
All right. Gosh, there's 2 players I want to take now. I thought one of you guys were going to take the other ones, and now I don't know what to do. All right. Kevin Streelman.
Yeah, that's pretty good. 28 to 1, I think he was.
Might be the first time we're all outside the top
28 to 1.
25.
No, we've done it before.
I actually like the Brandon Hagee at 150 to 1 too. Might have to do that.
Well, it's mainly you picking.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, mostly it's me under the top 20.
Look at all that red.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so those are our locks for the Barbasol. All right, Joe, let's get the odds for the Genesis.
Scottish Open, John Rahm 9 to 1, JT Scotty Scheffler 12 to 1, Xander 18 to 1, Matt Fitzpatrick 20 to 1, Will Zalatoris, Cam Smith, Colin Morikawa 22 to 1, Cantlay, he played shit recently, 25 to 1. Jordan Spieth, Sam Burns 28 to 1, Tommy Fleetwood, Hideki 33 to 1, Victor Hovland, Sung Jae 35 to 1, Terrell Hatton, Lucas Herbert 20 and Joaquin 45 to 1, along with Max Homa. Bezadenhout 75 to 1, Chris Kirk 90 to 1, Kokrak 100 to 1, Harris English 125 to 1. I'm gonna go to the bottom. 300 to 1. You got Brandon Stone, JJ Spawn, Jorge Campillo, and Guido Migliozzi. Migliozzi.
All right, so those are your favorites and not so favorites for this event. Joe, lucky you, winning. You get to pick twice first twice.
No, I'll take Max Homa 45 to 1. I don't know.
Jeremy,
Go Victor Hovland, 35-1.
All right. The kid's hot. I Willie Z. What are his odds?
22-1. 22-1.
22-1. We got a little insider information from Scott up at Bandon saying that, I'm not going to give the player's name, Joe knows who it is, has been up there playing Bandon a lot in preparation for St. Andrews. And
Is it someone from the Pacific Northwest?
No.
No.
And so I looked at the forecast, and it's not going to be very breezy at this tournament. 12 to 18 miles an hour is the max. So I did not go with him. My second pick, Willie Z. Hopefully I win.
Maybe next week, though.
Yes. So Jonas.
Better win this week then.
Yeah, I know. I'm throwing it out there.
Yeah, but that guy can't win. He can't win.
That's why I wanted to take him this week, because it wouldn't be as big of a win. So.
He'll lead the first round, but he won't win.
Oh, now everybody knows who it is.
No, not everybody. Not everybody. Not everybody.
Do you think that Pat Perez will lose his Jordan sponsorship?
I'm still waiting to find out
if he lost his PXG sponsorship.
Yeah.
Well, I know Patrick Reed did.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Well, but Patrick Reed has been with Grindworks.
No, but he had
He's
Grindworks on his PXG hat.
Oh.
And he had PXG
He
collar.
probably has a partial bag of PXG stuff.
Not anymore. He had a driver for a couple of tournaments, fairway wood, and a putter. I think. Oh, maybe not a putter. No, he's okay.
Yeah. Parsons is an American, so
Yeah, and well, I tweeted that out on the Chasing Daylight one. You know, we don't have a huge following there. I'm trying to grow that organically. I'm curious if they're going to do it, and if like TaylorMade and Ping and Srixon and all these companies are going to. I mean, it's so hard for them now. It's so much in the news, and I mean, anything the PGA Tour is doing is getting shit on by, social media world. So I think they're reluctant to do it, and it's just going to come back in their face. Well, you support them when they do this. What about when they go to China? You support them for that. But I mean, Adam from Three Guys Golf had a great tweet. It says he was talking about it, and somebody commented like, "Oh, so do you do that at the gas station too?" And he's like, "Look, I can't choose where the gas comes from, but I can choose where I get my paycheck from. And these guys are choosing to get their paycheck from these people, from this regime or whatever you want to call it." He goes, I kind of got no choice. And oil doesn't come over and go into the pumps. It has to be refined. And, there's a whole lot of shit that goes on. It's getting a paycheck from them and oil is two different worlds. So there's a lot of opinions out there.
there definitely is.
But I agree with you. I don't think it's going anywhere. I don't foresee any reason for it to. Every event, I really just want to know what happened with Greg Norman. I really want to know what happened for him to be so spiteful towards the PGA.
Yeah. I think we'll learn one day, but it's not going to be soon, I don't think. It'll
be on LIV TV. The LIV channel.
Dude, there's so much shit. Like, I was talking, like, my regional sales director came by and I talked to him today, and he is he's gay, right? And he's like, people tell me I probably shouldn't eat at Chick-fil-A because they have that stance, but the chicken's fucking good, and it's true. The chicken at Chick-fil-A is great. So it's like, you got to pick and choose your battles. And golf has a colored past. I mean, with men's clubs and, not allowing women out or whatever the case may be. And I guarantee you a lot of the members at Augusta make money in Saudi Arabia, and they invest out there. It's just, to me, golf is golf, and it's, I don't know. It's so hard to take a stance on anything because everything is colored and it has history, and there's so many sides to all stories. So I don't know. It's so hard to take a stance because there's so much bad in the world. There's so much good in the world.
Yeah, I've posted a couple things. JT had his little comments that he had the other day, and I posted that and getting comments back from people. And for the most part, people have been, decent about it. But one guy said, "Oh,
I mean,
do you think
you
JT
could
does
literally
it for
see
charity?"
both sides.
Oh yeah, totally. I just wish they would come out, and I would love to. And Pat Perez, I guess, is the closest we're gonna get. I
Probably.
just think he was off on a couple of his things. But I would just like to see him go, fuck yeah, I did it for the money. Yes.
Yeah. Well, he definitely did because he wore that shirt, that
the money
$100
shirt.
bill
Yeah.
shirt.
Oh
like,
my God. And just say that.
Yeah,
Look, I guaranteed money. Yes. For what I've been doing. Yes. That's yes. 100%.
yeah.
$4 million winnings. Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I would be fine with that. If,
Yeah.
Any opportunity comes. I mean, I don't like the way that they're pissing on the PGA Tour. That's what's rubbing me wrong. And,
totally.
The PGA Tour may have incited it with the suspensions, but
the PGA Tour is doing the same thing. I mean,
but I agree with them though. You are a PGA Tour player. You have a contract with us. You may not like it, but we've been the only game in town. We're not anymore. If you want to go play with them, fine. But you're not going to play on our tour as well. You're going to pick which tour you're going to play on. And I'm fine with them doing that. I'm fine with them laying the line down on there.
I just think they could have allowed both. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a fan of LIV, but
they probably, I think that's what's really going to bite them in the ass is they probably should have allowed it.
DJ's not going to play in the John Deere or the Rocket Mortgage anyway. He's going to be out on his boat.
Yep. He doesn't care.
But DJ would play the players
for sure.
And that's the thing that I think the tour is struggling with right now is these guys that build up their status and build up their brand, and they have, the clout to where, like Koepka, I don't have to play if I don't want to, and all these guys that winning isn't an important thing anymore. It's money driven. That they're not coming to the events. I mean, the FedEx Cup infused a ton of cash into it. It changed the Shriners being a FedEx Cup event. It brought a lot of money into it, and it's made that tournament so much better. But I don't know. It's a tough call. But I meant to talk about this. If they do this season from January to the playoffs, and then the season's over, and then they have these 8 events with small fields, guaranteed money, that could be in Vegas.
Good.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. But we didn't talk about this too. What I like about that concept, it's FedEx Cup point based. Mm-hmm. It's not world ranking based. It's what you did from January to August is going to determine if you can join us for this bonus season. So it puts a little bit of, value on playing in PGA Tour events.
Yeah.
Which I like. I like that.
What's also funny is every time we have a Ryder Cup or President's Cup, we say, we wish there was more team events. I mean, everybody says that, right?
I'm not buying into their team event thing. I
think it's only going to get better.
Dude, Pat Perez played like ass and was standing up there on the podium spraying champagne like he just won the fucking, world championship.
Yeah, but
golf.
it's the same thing like at 5-iron. Like one of us plays like trash. I mean, if I played like shit when we won our final tournament to go win that trip to Georgia, I'd be fucking spraying champagne too. It's true because it's 3-ball best ball at 5-iron.
Yeah,
I'm going to celebrate a trip to Georgia if we won one.
Yeah, but you're
Even
not a.
if I had shot
You're not a
87
professional
over,
golfer
like,
that's
in
been
9
playing
holes.
for a long time and has an established career. You know, he shoots 80 any other time. He's not spraying champagne. It's just
No, yeah, totally.
it devalued to me what the guys that played well did. I mean, have the 3 guys that counted for the team event on the final day. It's just I
get
don't know.
but,
I didn't
you
like
know,
it.
Yeah,
I didn't like it.
yeah. But Fleury could let fucking 8 shots into the goal.
Fuck Fleury,
but
send
as
him
long
away.
as as long as the Knights score 9 goals, it's a win.
Of course.
So I don't know, dude. There's so many vantage points and so many angles you could look at it at, and the best thing it's doing for golf is it's getting people talking about it, and it's
But I don't think golf
very interesting
needs
to
team
watch.
sports. I don't think golf needs team events. I mean, you got the Zurich, which
No,
is a
yeah,
two-man team, and nobody gives a shit about that tournament. And if you have more team events, it's just going to devalue. I'm saying devalue a lot. Devalue the Ryder Cup and the President's
Yeah.
Cup. And the President's Cup is already struggling to be something special. You know, the players hype it up a lot, and the networks hype it up a lot. But it's not the Ryder Cup. They want it to be, but it's not.
No, it's not. Definitely not.
I mean, the Ryder Cup is special. And
Yeah.
it's, you know, it's country against country. It's pride. There's no money involved. It's just going out there and winning for you and your team. And I don't think anything else in golf can present that.
They're probably trying to create a global Ryder Cup feel, like, because Ryder Cup is Euro and USA, and there's a lot more countries out there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
President's
that's
Cup.
what the President's Cup is for.
Yeah, but it's no, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
I just, if I hear LIV versus PGA Tour in a Ryder Cup event one more time, I'm going to vomit. I am so sick of it.
No, that won't happen.
Just stop it.
Yeah, that won't happen.
Just stop it.
It's just it is controversial, but it's fun to watch and watch it unfold. And you know, you can have a strong opinion either way, but it is interesting.
I can honestly tell you, I tuned in on Thursday because it was at 2:00. I'd already watched a lot of golf, and I'm like, okay, I saw what I wanted to see on the John Deere. I'll turn this on, and Matt Wolff was getting ready to tee off, and I watched his little presser on the tee box, which was just
That was pretty bad.
just awful. And then, so I was like,
Liar! You're lying. You are a liar.
I was like, this is the car stuck on the train tracks, and the train is coming. I couldn't not watch because he pulled his first tee shot, had to get a ruling, it hit that ball, dropped an F-bomb, pushed his next tee shot, had to get a ruling. I'm like, oh yeah, the wheels are coming off, baby. This is gonna be fun. And it calmed down from there. But I mean, that's why I was.
Yeah, he pulled it together.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. But I was
But,
sitting there
know-
with my popcorn ready for it to just implode.
One thing we could say about Matt Wolff though lately is he is erratic mentally.
Oh, very. I'm not playing the soundbite again.
You
We don't
probably
get it on the
should.
show. All right. You got anything else?
I don't think so.
All right. Cool. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll be back next week with another show. Some Scottish show. We got some prime time golf. You know, and it stays light out there, like late. So, hey, Joe, just off the top of your head, how far is where they're playing in Scotland north of Oregon, where we were? How far up do you think it is?
Oh, I have no idea.
Think it's pretty even, a little south, a little north.
It's north. It's definitely north.
Yeah, by a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it is way up there. So they get a ton of light. So enjoy some prime time golf. I know I'm going to be watching. It's a dope course, so I can't wait to see it on TV. And we'll be back next week. And that will do it. Joe, you want to take us out?
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Chasing Daylight Podcast. Make sure you tell your friends, subscribe, review, throw out some reviews. We shot out some abandoned logo balls, which I saw on the IG page. Go subscribe to that. They got it today. They posted that. So yeah, make sure you review, listen, tell your friends. And we are the Chasing Daylight Podcast. We love golf, and thanks for tuning in.
Later.
Later.